I found the problem. I think you can hear me now. Apologies, everyone. I found the problem. I think you can hear me now. Yep, there you go. You can hear me now. Okay, fine. Look, I'll start a voice call with you if you can watch IndyCar. I don't know if you can watch it or not. If you can, then we could do some cool commentary. But then again, you'd probably be ahead of me. So yeah, I'll summarise what's happened since you couldn't hear me. So Devlin DiFrancesco is in the lead of the race after starting 5th on the grid. Joseph Newgarden and Romain Grosjean and Marcus Armstrong have all had a little bit of an oopsie. So Armstrong had a collision at the start, which meant he got taken out of the race, essentially taken and put way back in the race. And Grosjean basically was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He managed to stop on time that his car didn't get damaged, but Newgarden was unsighted and he hit Armstrong and briefly went, well, he kind of went airborne a little bit. He's okay. He's got going again. I don't know if Armstrong will get going again, but yeah, a lot of drama happening in the opening lap of the Gallagher Grand Prix. I need to go and get something very quickly, so give me a sec and I'll be back with you. So yeah. I don't know if you can hear that, guys, but it's raining right now. Summertime and it's bloody raining. Yeah, lovely weather in Scotland. Not. Yeah, they're at. I don't know what they're doing right now. I don't know why IndyCar's got adverts right now, but because I'm on Sky Sports F1 coverage. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not on adverts. This is just showing highlights of IndyCar and NASCAR races. Oh, I forgot to get this. Yeah, because I can hear through these basically. So yeah. I'm glad you guys can hear me now because I had a bit of a problem earlier. So DiFrancesco got a superb start. Grosjean didn't. So Grosjean didn't get the best launch. DiFrancesco did, and he basically slingshotted. So he slipstreamed and then went for the outside move, hit the brakes very, very late, and somehow managed to make the corner. Went side by side with Rahal. Rahal tried to push him out. DiFrancesco kept the line, and he managed to get ahead. And what happened with Grosjean was he went too defensive. He got pincered, essentially, and he lost 2 or 3 spots off the start, and then he lost another couple after that. So yeah, Rahal losing out, going down to second, and then I think Ward was battling with him, and what happened was, okay, Rossi got a bad exit. He was dealing with Armstrong, and then one of the cars went airborne. I think that's... Is that Benjamin Peterson that went over? Oh no, that's Santino Ferrucci, sorry. That went a little bit airborne. And this is a replay of Grosjean. So he's right behind. Oh, so he got caught up in all of it. So he made contact with one of the AutoNation cars. It wasn't his teammate. It was someone else. Oh wait, no, sorry. It was. I don't know what happened there. Okay, I need to see the Grosjean replay again because I didn't have enough time to see that. But what happened when Newgarden was, he was right behind another car, and so he was unsighted essentially. I don't know. Is he a lap down or is he on the lead lap? I'm not sure yet. I think he's on the lead lap, and what's happened was Colton Herta lost out a lot as well, clearly, because he's dropped down quite a bit through the order. So yeah, it's not helped him out very much. But it's been a decent start. I mean, we've been under caution for most of it, but the start was very entertaining. We got a full course yellow, and that should be ending soon. I mean, the debris should be cleared up by now, so it'll either be this lap or the next lap that we go racing again. We got a bunch of cars in the pits, and it's all the cars that basically got themselves caught up in incidents, I think. So they're all coming into the pits. It's Dixon. I can't tell whose car that is. It must be a new livery because I can't tell who it is. And then you've got Grosjean, Herta, and someone else. I'll have to check the timing order for me to be able to see this. So getting caught up in the incidents where Peterson, Armstrong, Herta, Newgarden, Grosjean, and Malukas. So they all got caught up in the incident, and that's what's happened to them. I think Newgarden is a lap down, but I'm not sure. It says on the timing screens that Newgarden's 2 laps down on the lead and 1 lap down overall, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it is. I think what happens is these cars... this is confusing me. Okay, no, I see what's happening now. What's happening is, because everyone's crossing the line, it says they're a lap down, but they're not. Yeah, this is very confusing. So yeah, the order at the moment, I've got it on screen. DeFrancesco, Rahal, O'Ward, Lundgaard, Rossi, Rosenqvist, McLaughlin, Kirkwood, Palou, Harvey, Lundqvist, and then Ericsson, VK, Castro Neves, and Hunter Ray. That's the top 15. I'm going to switch chairs because this one's not as good as this one. Slight difference in how big it is, but we won't let that deter. That's Scott McLaughlin visiting a school. Probably part of like some sort of sponsorship project. So basically, right, the people who sponsor the event are insurance brokers and they're teaching kids about safety. Sounds about right. Decent job from the marketing team there, but anyway, lap number 7 of the race, and we are still under caution. We should be getting underway soon. There are 85 laps in this Gallagher Grand Prix, this GMR Grand Prix. And we're getting ready for the start here of the Gallagher Grand Prix. Newgarden has been lapped, I think, which is why he's right at the back. And that's not going to help him out at all, is it? He's fighting for a championship, and, well, first of all, he got a grip penalty, which put him back a bit. And then he got given, well, a bit of cruel fate, needless to say. Still under caution. I don't know why. We're getting ready to go again. And here we go. DeFrancesco going to be leading us away on the restart. Green flag, and racing is resuming at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Devlin DeFrancesco leads, and then it's Graham Rahal following him in second place. Is there going to be another move like there was into turn 1 on the last restart? No, there's not, by Rahal, but there is going to be a little bit of movement a bit further back because Rossi has gone down the inside of Christian Lundgaard. He's gone up to 4th. And then Felix Rosenqvist is right behind Christian Lundgaard as well. And he's going to be looking to try and make a move past him. But yeah, not a heck of a lot happened in the first lap. But we've got a little bit more going on right now. And here comes Lundgaard trying to get back ahead of Rossi again. It's not worked for him. And Rosenqvist is right behind him. He's in a McLaren sandwich, just like he was before. Because unlike in Formula 1, you're allowed 4 entries per team. So McLaren have got 3 full time, and then they had Tony Kanaan for the Indy 500. So yeah, we got definitely Francesco in the lead still, and it's Rahal, O'Ward, Rossi, Lundgaard, Rosenqvist, McLaughlin, Kirkwood, Palou, Harvey Lundqvist, Ericsson, VK, Castroneves, Ilott, and then Power, Hunter Ray, who's lost 2 places off the restart, Rob, Canapino, and then Ferrucci, Malukas, Dixon, Grosjean, and Herta. So yeah, Joseph Newgarden is a lap down as Graham Rahal takes the race lead. It's a good move by him into turn 1. He makes the move, he's into the race lead, and I'm guessing he'll pull away now because Di Francesco doesn't have the race pace. I don't think. Over 1 lap he's alright, but over the race I don't think he's got the pace to win this. I'll be surprised if he does. And he's already under threat from Rossi. Yeah. I don't think he's got much of a chance of winning this race personally. O'Ward's defending from Lundgaard. And O'Ward's trying to find a way through. Lundgaard's closed back up again on Rossi. And these guys are having their own little battle. Meanwhile, Di Francesco and Rahal... Oh wait, no, Di Francesco's gone back another place. Rossi's past him. So Lundgaard's behind O'Ward in front of Rosenqvist. So now, Di Francesco's already down to 3rd. And these guys have got their own battle going on. Di Francesco's losing a lot of time. Hand over fist. And it's not been a good start for him. They're telling Di Francesco to save fuel. That's why. Now Ward's having a look at him. And there goes Rosenqvist on the inside. And is there going to be contact? No, there's not. Good defending there from Lundgaard, the Danish Viking. He's just ahead of Rosenqvist. And Rosenqvist is going to go down the inside. Is he going to be able to make the move? No, he isn't. And they're heading in towards the fast chicane, left and then right. Over 150 miles an hour now as they head into the hard braking at the next corner. The left-hander. Of course, I know this track well from my F1 2006 days. But Alex Palou up into 8th place now. I think he got ahead of Kyle Kirkwood there. And yeah, it's been a very, very calm restart. Di Francesco's already lost a second to Rossi. He's a sitting duck, essentially. Warren will get him on the straight, and maybe even Lundgaard might as well. He's just struggling. He's just struggling at the moment, it's Di Francesco. And this is what normally happens with him. He's not the best driver. He mainly got the drive because of money, and that's not me being offensive to him. He's just not a very talented driver. Here comes Pato O'Ward, and he's going to go down the inside, and it's a good move by him. And the reason why Di Francesco is struggling is because he needs to meet a fuel window because he's on alternates. Joseph Newgarden is into the pits for the 3rd time in this race. I think he's going to retire. Is he out? Oh, and here we go. Now Di Francesco's going to lose out to Lundgaard. And he is dropping down the time in order, hand over fist. Everyone around him's got red sticker tyres on. And McLaughlin's been forced out there by Rosenqvist as well. And now he's got Alex Palou right behind him. He's going to try and help out his pal here, Joseph Newgarden, and try and limit the damage done by this race. But it's not going to do much, I don't think. Because Palou has got a very big lead already in the standings. Now, if you're an F1 fan, do not worry because I have got the perfect thing for you. and that is an IndyCar standings in F1 format. So at the moment, Graham Rahal is going up to 42 points in this race. He was on 17 before this one in F1 terms. But overall, you get 50 points for winning IndyCar. I don't know why. But yeah, Di Francesco's now been passed by Rosenqvist as well. McLaughlin's just going to fly past him, I reckon, here. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes, down the inside. It's a good move by McLaughlin. Block past him. And that's another move by McLaughlin. So, there you go. I'm going to see if I can find out what tyres everyone's on. So, yeah, so the blacks and reds. There's black and reds. And on the blacks are O'Ward, Rosenqvist, Di Francesco, Kirkwood. Oh! And Polo's had contact! Polo and Di Francesco have had contact. And Kirkwood's got ahead of him again, who's also on blacks. So as I was saying, on blacks are O'Ward, Di Francesco, Kirkwood, Harvey, VK, Castroneves, Power, Ilott, Ferrucci, Canapino, Grosjean, Malukas, Herta, and Newgarden and Peterson. I don't know if Newgarden's continuing or not. But yeah. At the moment, Polo's lost out a little bit to Di Francesco, and he's lost out to Kirkwood because of it. He had a little bit of contact with Di Francesco, and the guys that are on reds are Rahal, Rossi, Lundgaard, who's just got ahead of Pato O'Ward in this race, and then also Scott McLaughlin, Alex Palou, Marcus Ericsson, Linus Lundqvist, Ryan Hunter-Reay, Stingray Robb, Scott Dixon, and Marcus Armstrong. So the minority of the field are on reds, the majority on blacks at the moment, which is quite interesting. Now let's see a replay. So Palou went down the inside. Sorry, it's an incident. What happened is Palou understeered a little bit. Oversteered, sorry. Or was it understeer? I'm trying to see. Was it? Yeah, nearly shunted into Di Francesco. And there goes Palou again. Getting past him. Because now Kirkwood's getting passed by Ericsson. So what's happening is all the black runners are going down and all the red runners are going up. Because the black tyres are wearing out, essentially. Because O'Ward's lost out, Di Francesco's lost out, and now Kirkwood has. Di Francesco the most severely. He was in the race lead, now he's 8th. And O'Ward was 3rd, now he's 4th. Kirkwood was 8th, and now he's 10th. So, things aren't looking great at the moment for the black runners. They've got to basically match their fuel and get to the end of their pit window. Get to their pit window with their fuel. Because unlike in Formula 1, there is refueling in IndyCar. And that is, yeah, spicy, needless to say. And into the pits goes, is that Kirkwood? Yeah, Kirkwood's coming to the pits. And he is the first of the black runners to come into the pits. Managed to go 14 laps, which is good. I'm going to see if I can find... Oh, and there goes Di Francesco getting passed by Ericsson as well. So, that's another move being done. So, I'm going to see if I can find the thing I'm looking for, which is... I'm trying to find the IndyCar tweet that they made about strategy. Gone up a few followers, but anyway. Oh my days, Newcastle won 5-1 against Aston Villa. That is mental. There's a lot of stuff happening right now involving something. Anyway, hashtag IndyCar's got 4,997 posts. Right, let's see if I can find what the strategy said, what they said about strategy. Let me have a look. I'm trying to find it. says here that the higher likelihood is that those who are starting on the black tyres and pit between lap 10 and 14 and going to the reds have an 83% chance of winning the race. So they're going with the strategy that NTT, the title sponsor of the IndyCar series, are predicting to do well. So all the guys on blacks most likely have a better chance of winning the race. It wouldn't surprise you to know that all the guys who are... Oh, and we got a problem there for car number 14. Benjamin Peterson's... Santino Ferrucci, sorry, has a problem. He stalled it. Oh, he had the air hose attached to his car, so that's going to be a fine for the team at least. And maybe even him out the race. Nah, he's not out the race, he's got going again, never mind. I am wrong once again. I'll see if I can quickly show you what the strategy is. So, we'll get the... where is it? So this is what it looks like. Basically, if I can move my camera. I don't know if it's working or not. Never mind, right, never mind, I didn't get it working. I'll have a look at it later. So yeah. It's only 8 o'clock local time for me. Rahal and Rossi are just... and Lundgaard are just chilling. They've got no one behind them. Rahal's leading by... Well, Rahal's not chilling. Rossi's not chilling. Lundgaard is, though. Rahal has gone from not qualifying for the Indy 500 to taking pole on the road course here. Which is mental. As Di Francesco ends his long-lasting suffering and has finally come into the pits. And, apparently he had a clutch issue at the start. That didn't stop him from taking the race lead at the beginning. It was a brilliant start from him. A very, very well-known start. It's going to become, I'm sure, gain 4 places. And he's dropping down the order. He'll be right at the back. There goes Will Power. And he's going to come out around about Jack Harvey. He's going to be hoping to be ahead. He's not going to be ahead of Harvey. He's going to be behind Harvey. And he's going to be just about ahead of Hunter Ray. But Hunter Ray's got worn tyres and he doesn't. So there goes Hunter Ray down the inside. And that's another place lost for Di Francesco. Hunter Ray, who was on the Reds, is now ahead of him in this race. Not properly, but at the moment. And he is in a... No, not a great position, needless to say. If I can get live race control up. Guys who have pitted. So the highest runner that's pitted is Scott Dixon at the moment. And then it's Grosjean, because they have both changed tyres. So Elio Castroneves, it was announced yesterday that he wasn't going to be racing in full time next year, but instead he is going to become one of the minority stakeholders in the organisation, and Tom Blomqvist is going to replace him. Of course, Tom Blomqvist, well known for racing in Formula E and in IMSA and being son of legendary rally driver Stig Blomqvist, as here comes... Is that Castroneves coming out of the pits, and he's behind Callum Ilott, that is. He's in 20th place. And currently the order is Rahal, Rossi, Lundgaard, McLaughlin and Palou. that's what happened. So Newgarden had a drive-through penalty, and that was why he had to go into the pits. I'm gonna try and be a cheeky little bugger and on on my YouTube, and I'm gonna see if I can. Well, where's the emoji I'm looking for? There it is. There we go. Right, I've sent the tweet that I was wanting to send. There we go. And into the pits comes Scott McLaughlin, who's on red, so he's one of the first red runners to pit. Yeah, and the commentator raises a very good point there. Tom Gilmore raises a very good point there. He said if there's a caution that comes out, Dixon and Grosjean and co will get back on strategy, because they will, because the race will be neutralised and they'll be able to stop with everyone else. Because chances are, if there is a caution, they will pit. Peterson is in the pits, and out comes McLaughlin in 13th place. I was going to say, that's the McLarens he's behind. And into the pits comes the Arrow McLaren of Alexander Rossi from 2nd place. He's doing an undercut on Graham Rahal. Now, will he be ahead of O'Ward? He should be in this race, but it's going to be close. Is it going to be a good pit stop? He's putting on the blacks, and it is a 6.5 second pit stop. So yeah, just gonna have a quick look at the old tweet. Where's my? And what I'll do is, Top Man, hey, Tom's replied. Hey. I'll put hope telly will watch, and then I'll put I'm going for your job. For your job, Tom. Brilliant. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of banter with the guy that's commentating on the race for Sky, because he responds to tweets and stuff like that. Because what happens is they have American coverage and then they switch over in the middle of the race to Sky, because obviously they have ad breaks in America, because you know they're all commercial over there. So yeah, there goes the AutoNation cart of Linus Lundqvist into the pits, and Rossi did come out 5 seconds ahead of O'Ward. Now, I wonder where Lundqvist is going to come out. Will he come out around VK and Harvey, or will he be a little bit further back than that? Will he maybe be around where Colton Herta or Agustin Canapino is? Let's see. He's coming out, and he's coming out behind Will Power. So that's a very, very good stop for Lundqvist. And he's only 1.1 seconds behind Will Power, and that is brilliant for him, like I said, because he's running very well now in this race on the sticker reds. Now he's still going to have to do his pit stop on the black tyres eventually. However, it's been a very good stint from Linus Lundqvist. His second IndyCar race, filling in for Simon Pagenaud. And it's been very, very, very good performance from him so far. But Yeah, I'm waiting for the reply to come through from the commentator because I said I'm coming for his job. Rahal leading by 3 seconds from Lundgaard, and then it's Palou in third, Ericsson fourth, Dixon fifth, Stingray Robin sixth, but he's not pitted yet, and then Romain Grosjean in seventh. I've got the timing screens up right now, and out of the runners, Lundgaard, Palou, Ericsson, and Rob are the only ones that are yet to pit. Dixon and Grosjean are out of sync, and some cars are still on black tyres, some are on reds. It's quite a mixed strategy, and that's why I like this over F1, because there's a lot of variety in it. And also because there's fuel loads. So Rahal's now come in. Now it'll be very interesting to see, will he be ahead of Alexander Rossi in this race, because he was about a second ahead of him when Rossi came into the pits, and it's a much slower pit stop than Rossi's was. So could Rossi potentially jump him here, because Rossi's had an undercut as well. Rossi's had laps on new tyres, and Rahal hasn't. He's been on worn tyres. Now, there's Romain Grosjean. Rossi is right there. I can see him on the screen. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. Rossi's surely going to have the lead here. It's going to be close. They're going to be battling off of pit lane. And Rahal's got him at the moment, but Rossi's going to get him on the exit probably. Oh, this is gonna be good. Who's gonna be ahead? Will it be Rahal? Will it be Rossi as they head through the chicanes? Rossi's got so much more grip and heat in those tyres. Is he gonna be able to get past Rahal? I don't think he is. He's a bit too far back. Rahal still has the lead in this race, although he's still got to keep his tyres going. He's got to warm them up properly. I'd compare it to Formula 2 when they've got the warm-up phase, although I think they have got tyre blankets in IndyCar, unlike in Formula 2. The series leader, Alex Palou, comes into the pits from second place in the race, although that is not on merit. He's probably 7th or 8th in the race on merit. I wonder if they'll read out my tweet. I don't think they will, but give it a go. Hopefully they will. I hope Tom Gamer reads out my tweet, but I don't think he will, because he's replied to it. If he replies to it, he probably won't mention it on the broadcast. But yeah, here comes Palou coming out of the pits, and he's done a brilliant strategy here, because he's come out right in front of the McLaren, although I think Rosenqvist might have been on the alternative. Palou's got cold tyres, and McLaughlin's chasing Rosenqvist down. So, to summarise, Lundgaard and Rob are the only ones to not pit yet. Dixon and Grosjean are currently out of sync. And then a bit behind Grosjean, 5 seconds back from Grosjean, is Rahal. Lundgaard's come into the pits. So, the moment the reorder is Lundgaard, Dixon, Rob, Grosjean, Rahal, Rossi, O'Ward, Palou, Rosenqvist, McLaughlin, Kirkwood. But after the pit stops, that will probably be Rahal, Rossi, Lundgaard, O'Ward, Palou, Rosenqvist, McLaughlin, Kirkwood. Stingray Rob is also in the pits, and here comes the Hy-Vee Andretti Honda of Rahal. Rahal's got through. Rahal and Rossi are through, and Lundgaard's a little bit behind them. He's not far behind them. He's closer than he was before, but he's still behind both Rahal and Rossi. Rossi's not had a great exit from the corner, and look at that. Lundgaard, despite having gold tyres, is right behind him. Rossi's ran wide through there, and he's going to be licking his lips like a guy at a barbecue when he sees the barbecue sauce on a hot dog. They are licking their lips. He's licking his lips. This is Christian Lundgaard. He's right behind Alexander Rossi. They're dueling as they head through the middle section of the circuit and head into the final couple of corners. And Rossi's still ahead, but they're heading onto the straight now. And Lundgaard's going to have the slipstream as they head onto the main straight. There's one chicane, I think. And then they're going to head onto the straight. We're on lap 27 out of 85 here, and this has been a scintillating race so far. F1 wishes it could be this entertaining most of the time. Good exit from Lundgaard. He's right behind Rossi. He's got quite a bit of straight to try and close up on him. They've switched the onboard to Lundgaard. He's coming. He's coming. Rossi's checking in his mirrors. Lundgaard's going to go down the inside. Rossi's going to try and do the switch back, and it's not worked out for him. Lundgaard's ahead, and he's done the block pass maneuver, which is very smart from the Dane. He's got ahead of Rossi, and Lundgaard is up into 4th place. A net P2 in this race, because of course Scott Dixon and Romain Grosjean are yet to pit in this race properly. They of course had collisions on the opening lap, separate incidents, which meant that they are out of sync with the rest of the field. And that is absolutely fantastic bit of racing between those two. Rossi's still a little bit behind him, quite close to him, but he's still a little bit behind, a little bit too far back. Oh, and the producer has now liked it as well. So yeah. So basically I know the commentator on Sky. Well, I don't know the commentator. He's just on some sweets, but I do know one of the producers. And he's seen the tweet. He's liked it because I've added But yeah, there's Chip Ganassi, owner of one of the most successful IndyCar teams, Chip Ganassi Racing. Not only are they in IndyCar, they're also in IMSA and in what's Ganassi in again that I was watching the other day? Oh no, it wasn't the other day. WEC. They're also in World Endurance Championship with Porsche. So yeah, very, very exciting race going on at the moment. Scott Dixon and Romain Grosjean currently the first two, but they are yet to pit. They pitted on lap 5 because they had incidents of their own. Graham Rahal is the net race leader. Right, let's see if Tom mentions that. I'm going to be quiet for a minute, guys. I just want to very quickly say I was on the plane, so I didn't see qualifying. I was on a plane. And Grosjean's into the pits. Oh, dodgy pit stop. He's lost a good 4 seconds there. Not a great pit stop for him. And he'll be right at the back. Kirkwood just ahead of Ericsson at the moment. Hang on, I accidentally switched this off. Yeah, the Rahal cars' strategies are currently working quite well. What I'm doing is I've got the volume on low in my headphones. I'm listening to what they're saying, so I know a little bit more about what's going on. Sometimes I'm copying what they're saying for you guys. But yeah, it's been a very, very good race so far from the Rahal cars. Second, third, and well, Jack Harvey's not doing very good, is he? So yeah, hang on. There goes I think that's New Garden once again into the pits. That's third time he's pitted. And Scott Dixon's also in the pits, so Graham Rahal now takes the lead back in this race. Yeah, there goes Dixon into the pits, as I said. Timing screen's quite a bit ahead of where I am, because I'm watching this on a computer, so I'm a bit delayed. So yeah, there you go. Now I need to go and quickly get some water. So yeah, Rahal, Lundgaard, Rossi, Award, Palou, McLaughlin, Rosenqvist, Kirkwood, Ericsson, Parrott is currently the top 10. What I might do is, I wonder if I'll be able to do this without getting copyrighted by Sky. I wonder if this will work. I've got a little idea, but I'm not sure if it'll work. Oh, wait a sec, can I? Oh, no. Hang on. Right. That's what the order is at the moment. I've got it top right. I don't want Sky to copyright me. Please don't copyright me, Sky. I know some of you are good people. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. Hopefully I am. I just want to commentate on the race and not have a problem with copyright. I come in peace. I mean no harm. Yeah, that's what the order is right now in the race. IndyCar shouldn't be behind a paywall, by the way. Now they should F1, but that's life, sadly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I'm wearing a t-shirt, a Causey t-shirt. I'm going to very quickly go and get some water, and I'll be back in a sec. But in the meantime, you've got the timing screen right there. So yeah. Hello everyone, I'm back now. At the moment, Rahal's still leading, Lundgaard following that. I don't even need to tell you anymore, you can see it on your screen. I don't know if I've got my meds or not. I think I have meds. Let me just... I need to take my meds, guys, so that's fun. Oh yeah, they are. Oh, I just stood on something. There's a lot of stuff on my floor, and that's my brother's fault, because he's constantly in my room messing about with my stuff. So he's like, oh, Liam, play this game, Liam, play that game, and it's really annoying because sometimes I don't want to play video games. If you're wondering why my skin is like that, that is not the sort of reflection. This is actually what my skin looks like. It is very orange from a holiday in Tenerife. I'm just taking my medication. So yeah, I'm gonna very quickly get these back on, look like an idiot, and continue on with this. So I'll see if this works, if I'm able to do this. So at the moment, the order is Rahal, Lundgaard, Rossi, O'Ward, Palou, and then following that, McLaughlin, Rosenqvist, Kirkwood, Ericsson, and Will Power. So that is what the order is at the moment. Here we have a battle going on for 7th between Rosenqvist, Kirkwood, and Co. And this race is getting extremely interesting because we've got split strategies all over the field. Right, let's see what Tom Gamer says. Herta's got past Dixon now. Oh, no, Herta's in the pits, sorry. I think Herta's in the pits, I'm not sure though. No, he's not. Into the pits, however, does. Oh, and here we go, we got teammates battling. This, Zach Brown's watching on thinking, please don't crash, I need to make some money. O'Ward and Rossi dueling for 3rd place. O'Ward gets ahead for now. Is he going to stay ahead? Yes, he is. And up into 3rd place goes Pato O'Ward. He's got ahead of his teammate Alexander Rossi, and that is going to help him out in trying to move up in the Drivers' Championship from 6th place to potentially 5th. I'm not sure though. I'll need to have a look at what the current standings are. But yeah. Hang on, I need to let Gaymore speak. I'm letting Gaymore speak right now. And that is the 78 of Agustin Canapino that's in the pits at the moment. He's now come out, 7.9 second stop, not bad. And we have only had one caution in this race, and that was at the very beginning of the race for Marcus Armstrong, Joseph Newgarden, Benjamin Peterson, Roman Grosjean, and Scott Dixon all having a bit of an incident. Not as one, separate incidents, mind you. Yeah, we're on board currently with, I don't know if that's, I think that's Christian Lundgaard that's currently on board with. He is running 2nd place in this race, just behind his teammate Graham Rahal, and for Bobby Rahal it is looking beautiful right now. Kyle Kirkwood comes into the pits, and he's on the more common strategy, which isn't working at the moment, and that is the black, red, red, red strategy, and he is coming in once again, presumably for another set of reds, and it is a set of another sticker reds. So what happens is, right, the black tires, I've had to compare it to Formula 1, the black tires are more like the soft tires, and then the reds are more like the mediums, because the stickers last longer than the blacks do. So the reason why they're called sticker reds is because they've got red stickers on them, whereas the black tires don't have any stickers on them, which is why you know the difference between the two. But yeah, Kirkwood's come out of the pits now, and he has come out in 17th place, I think. And now Pato O'Ward's coming in, I think, as is Alexander Rossi, so both of them coming in, because IndyCar is a bit different to F1 in that they have two different they have different pit stalls per driver. So it's not like F1 where they've got one garage, one like pit crew. They've got different pit crews for each car. So all three McLarens are coming in at the same time, which is a pretty smart idea personally. Rossi's pit stop's done, getting done. Ward's pit stop's getting done, and Rosenqvist's all at the same time. Rossi's pit stop wasn't half bad, and neither was Rosenqvist's or Ward's. Ward's and Rosenqvist's were pretty much identical in time, which is quite interesting. As Romain Grosjean goes past all of them, apart from, I think, Ward. He's ahead of the rest of them. But that's not on merit, because he is, like I said, out of sync with everyone else. Because he basically had to pit 5 laps in because he had damage to his car. So there goes Colton Herta. He's had his pit stop. 7.3 seconds. He's also slightly out of sync. As Stingray Rob is also pitting as well. Scott Dixon running out of sync, and he's running in 7th place, which is quite decent to be fair. Grosjean's 14 seconds back from him. I think they're running different strategies though, which makes sense. Yeah, because Dixon, I remember Dixon went into the reds, Grosjean went into the blacks. It hasn't paid off for Andretti. It has, however, paid off for Ganassi. So the teams who have used the red strategy, the McLarens, the Rahals, and the Ganassi cars have paid off. And the cars that are using the other strategy, the Andrettis, are not working out very well at the moment. I think that's DiFrancesco and Grosjean in the pits now, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Devlin DiFrancesco's definitely in the pits. I don't know about Grosjean. I don't think Grosjean's in the pits, so I don't know why I'm saying that. Grosjean's getting caught up by Rossi now. He's going to get passed by him. DiFrancesco's had his pit stop, and he's heading out of the pit box right now. Rahal just about a second ahead of his teammate Christian Lundgaard. Of course, those two need to pit because Alex Rossi and Pato O'Ward and Felix Rosenqvist all have. They're on the same strategy essentially. So these guys are going a little bit longer than the McLarens, because presumably they have more fuel on board. Because the main reason why cars pit is not because their tires are dead, but because they have more fuel. They're running out of fuel. And there is Lundgaard, and Rahal is just gone through traffic of Marcus Armstrong, and I'm not sure who that is. Oh, wait a minute, there's Rahal there. Rahal's not gone through the traffic yet, so Rahal and Lundgaard both have to get through traffic here. They've got to get past Marcus Armstrong, and then Santino Ferrucci as well. So, this is not looking great at the moment. Now, apparently Rahal's got enough fuel to make only one more stop after this, so he's only got another stop to do after this one, which is quite good for him, but most cars are on a 3-stop here. Rahal's trying to get ahead of Armstrong, so he doesn't have to pass him in an uncomfortable position, and he's done it very well. He's timed it very well. He's got him on the straight. He's not been held up by him too much, and Armstrong has been lapped once. Now he has been lapped again. Or was that Ferrucci getting past him? I don't know. I'm confused. So many cars in IndyCar have similar liveries. It's quite strange. Alex Blow's apparently Alex Blow's average finishing position this year is 3.25. Surely it's not. Surely he's not that consistent. Hang on a second. I want to find this out. Surely his average finishing position isn't 3.25. Right. Calculator. Great. Rahal's staying out a little bit longer. Oh, I can't paste it. Hang on. And also, what I've noticed is Pelot's led in nearly every race. But anyway, here comes Newgarden trying to unlap himself. Oh, minute, no, sorry, that's Pelot and Rossi. That's Pole and Rossi battling for 7th place at the moment. That will become, I think, 3rd place that they're battling for. 3rd or 4th place they're battling for. I think it's 4th place they're battling for at the moment. And what I have noticed is Rossi hasn't closed up on Grosjean, and Ward's actually lost time to him. So maybe the Andretti strategy could end up paying off in the end. Grosjean is closing in on Ward. He was about 2 or 3 seconds back from him at one point, and now he's only 1.2 seconds behind him. So if Grosjean can get himself on strategy, he could be looking very good here. Better than he was before anyway. Maybe still getting a top 15 finish. What the commentators are saying is Rahal knows that if he's got good enough pace to win the race, he'll just run at this pace, and his fuel and tires should be fine because he's doing pretty well on them. And he's 1.3 seconds ahead of his teammate at the moment. You can see Lundgaard right behind him. And these two are in a league of their own. Ward is sort of 5, 6, 7 seconds back from them. They're in a league of their own, these two Rahal cars, and Jack Harvey is going to be looking at these two and thinking, what on earth am I doing wrong? And, Rahal's not been like this at all this season. He's been very, very much struggling this season. I think his best finish is like 7th or 8th. His best finish was 6th, and that was at the opening round of the season in St. Petersburg. And that was a race of attrition. So, he's not even had a top 5 finish this season, and he's leading the race at the moment. So there you go. Meanwhile, Lundgaard's had 3 podiums, I think. Am I right in saying that? Oh no, he's only had 1 podium. So he won. He won in Toronto, and he's finished 4th in Mid-Ohio and at the Indy GP, which was earlier on in the season. Same circuit. So Rahal have been running very good here. I think Rahal ran well and didn't do a half bad in that race either. He finished 10th in that race. And Jack Harvey finished 20th. Sounds a bit right for Jack Harvey, to be fair. Oh, they're talking about rain coming. They'll get the lady from Indonesia to come in and do the rain dance. That's a MotoGP reference, by the way. Because what happened was it was raining down. Yeah, the last time Graham Rahal won was 2017. He was an outsider in the 2015 title race, and he's doing very, very good at the moment. His last win was at the Detroit Grand Prix in 2017, and funnily enough, the man who finished 3rd that day was Will Power. 2nd place was just Newgarden. He won both of those races actually, which just shows how good he was. He won race 1 and race 2. And in race 1, he actually finished ahead of the man who's commentating for IndyCar right now, James Hinchcliffe. Scott Dixon finished 2nd in the first race. And out of the other drivers on the podium, since then, all of them, apart from James Hinchcliffe, have won a championship, which just shows how long it's been. It's been 6 years nearly since he last won. I think it's been 6 years. Has it been 6 years? Yeah, it's been 6 years. It's been 6 years and 2 months and 8 days. 6 years, 2 months and 8 days since he last won an IndyCar race. Now, I don't know how many days that is, but that's a lot of days, personally, from what I can think of anyway. But it's, here's the Juncos Hollinger car battling with Di Francesco. That's Ilott and Di Francesco battling. And the rain radar is showing that it's gonna rain. But will it get to Indiana? Right in the heart of Indianapolis. It's going to Indiana, but will it be in Indianapolis? I'm not very good on American geography, but it's going to be very, very, very close if it's going to rain or not. So, yeah, and also this was his 4th pole. He's won 6 races. So as it stands, this will be his 7th win and his 5th pole position. Fourth pole position, sorry, which was yesterday. And he got 4 podiums in Champ Car as well. Finished 5th that year. His dad Bobby won 24 races in Champ Car over a 16-year period. He won 3 titles in 86, 87 and in 1992. And not many people know this, but he actually did 2 races for the Walter Wolf team in 1978 in Formula 1. Hello, Omi. How are you doing on this lovely evening? Well, for me it's evening. It might be midnight or the middle of the day for you. I don't know. That's what the world's like, I suppose. I hope you're doing well. At the moment, currently watching the Gallagher Grand Prix, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. We are on lap 48 of 85, as you can see in the top right corner. And into the pits comes the race leader, Graham Rahal. And he was doing very good. He was keeping a good gap to his teammate. It was just over a second. It was not fluctuating very much. It was staying 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 seconds. Usually staying within about half a second up and down. So he hasn't really been losing that much time to his teammate. He's been very, very consistent on this stint. Question is, will his pit stop be better than his teammates when his teammate pits? 7.6 seconds stop. That's not going to matter right now because we don't know how long Lundgaard's pit stop is going to be, or what his in lap is going to be, because I assume anyway, that Lundgaard's going to pit within the next 2 laps. There goes Scott Dixon going on by, and you might, in the very slim distance, see Pato O'Ward, and there he is, but he's going to be a little bit ahead of him. When I say a little bit, I mean a fair bit ahead of him. As he heads into turn 1, he'll be about 5 or 6 seconds ahead of him, and yeah, he's got a comfortable room. He's got plenty of room. Get his tyres warmed up, get a good outlap in, and try not lose any time to his teammates. Because whilst his teammate is on old worn tyres, whilst he's on old worn tyres, Rahal is on new tyres. And there goes Lundgaard, and he's not pitted. He stayed out another lap. He's 27 seconds ahead of Scott Dixon, 35 seconds. So this will be interesting to watch. So it's 35.2 seconds, the gap, as Lundgaard crossed the line. I wonder what it will be by the time Rahal crosses the line. And that will be some point in the second sector. I am doing very well, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell based on my face, but I've got a good time for my holiday in Tenerife. Going back to school in a few days, but nervous about that. But I got very good exam results. I might actually show you guys that in a video. I might do like a show and tell kind of video soon, if I get any time to myself, because my brother's constantly invading my room. But yeah, at the moment, Lundgaard's leading, and the gap is pretty much staying at the same, 35.2 seconds, roughly. I think Rahal's gained 1 or 2 tenths in this stint so far, so it has been a good stint from him. Meanwhile, Dixon 27.3 seconds back, Romain Grosjean 1.8 behind O'Ward, so he's staying pretty much the same gap. In the meantime, Kyle Kirkwood, Felix Rosenqvist and Marcus Ericsson are all dueling for 10th place at the moment. That will become 8th place once Scott Dixon and Romain Grosjean have both pitted. Just a little bit up the road, we've got the 2 of the Penske cars, Scott McLaughlin and Will Power, dueling for 8th, and that will be 8th and 9th, and that will be eventually become 6th place once the pit stops have happened. Alex Plo is 1.9 seconds back from Alexander Rossi, who'll be hoping to close in that gap and try and increase his championship lead further on Joseph Newgarden. Of course, 3rd in the standings currently is Scott Dixon, so he'll be looking to get ahead of Newgarden in this race. He won't be able to because the point system works, but he'll be looking to close in on him. And Plo is going to pull even further ahead as it stands. This has been prime Alex Plo, you know, and it just shows, you know, you don't need to have success in Europe to be good in America. You know, he won 1 GP3 race in 2016 in Abu Dhabi, I think it was, or 2015 in Abu Dhabi, and he finished 10th in standings in his rookie season. He didn't have a great team, but, you know, he didn't have an amazing season. He won, he did finish ahead of Ralph Boschung in standings, but there isn't really very many other people of note who raced in that season that finished below him. He finished 10th. The guys in front of him include the likes of Jan Mardenborough, who of course had a movie made about him recently, Antonio Fuoco, Jimmy Eriksson, Luca Giotto, and of course most notably Sebastian. So Lundgaard is pitted, and that was a dreadful pit stop. He was 4 seconds slower in the pits than his teammate was, and O'Ward might get past him here. O'Ward's gonna get past him here. Pato O'Ward's gonna get ahead of him here, I reckon. Here they go, they're heading out of the pits, and it's gonna be close. I think O'Ward might have it, and he does. And Lundgaard will be absolutely furious, because he has gone from fighting for the race win to fighting for second place. He's lost some time to his teammate, and he will be absolutely annoyed at that, because he's got several seconds lost. Romain Grosjean's now pitted as well, which means Scott Dixon will probably pit within the next 1 or 2 laps. But otherwise, it's been a good stint from Grosjean. He kept pretty much the same gap to Pato O'Ward throughout the stint. And what I might do is I might take this off and commentate like this. So we got 4 viewers. Hello everyone that's watching. I'm happy with the amount of viewers that there is. And there was a problem with refueling, I think. And Lundgaard has to get past O'Ward here if he wants a shot at winning this, because he's got new tyres. O'Ward's got slightly older tyres. I don't know if they're on the same strategy or not. We've got another 32 laps yet to go, and another pit stop, keep in mind. So things can still happen and change really quickly. Lundgaard is on the black tyres, so this will be his worst stint of the race. This will be his worst nightmare. He'll be hoping that he can get these out of the way as soon as possible. Grosjean's come out in 17th. Just behind his teammate Colton Herta. And yeah, you can see the difference. And 4.3 seconds is how much Rahal gained. And out of that, if I do the math, 316. I did do a video announcing Alex Jakes would become Channel 4 lead commentator. That was 3 years ago. That was back when I did breaking news stuff. But yeah, the majority of the time that that Christian Lundgaard lost were in the pits, and he's lost an absolutely mammoth 4 seconds to his teammate, and has lost the place as well in this race, which just shows Formula 1's good, but IndyCar, so much drama. You've got to refuel, you got to change your tires, you've got to refuel, you got to change your tires. With F1, you just need to change your tires. It can be a one-stop race. With IndyCar, it can never be a one-stop race, and that is what makes it more entertaining. More variety and strategy, more undercuts, more overcuts, more cars jumping up and down the field. It's phenomenal. But yeah, now we've got Joseph Newgarden, who's a lap down. Yes, second place in the championship is a lap down, trying to make a move here on, I don't even know who that is. He might be trying to unlap himself. I don't even know. He's trying to get past Marcus Armstrong, the guy who put him in this mess in the first place, and that's not an indictment on Armstrong. Alex Jakes fan. Got an Alex Jakes fan here. I like Alex Jakes. Yeah, he's a good commentator. Probably the best commentator around. Him and Ben Edwards are probably the 2 best Formula 1 commentators that there are. I've got nothing against Crofty, but he's not the best. I prefer Alex Jakes and Ben Edwards. But yeah, Graham Rahal in the net race lead. Scott Dixon yet to pit yet, which is why he is 6 seconds in the lead. As you can see, top right. I don't know if I'm looking what way I'm meant to point. I think it's this way. So yeah, it's still very, very close in this race. For second anyway. I mean, Rahal's got the win at the moment. However, O'Ward and Lundgaard are dueling for second place at the moment. Okay, it's that way. And yeah, 23 cars are on the lead lap currently. The cars that aren't are Santino Ferrucci, Marcus Armstrong, Joseph Newgarden, and Benjamin Peterson. Ferrucci had an incident on pit lane. Marcus Armstrong lost a lot of time due to an accident he had. He spun, and as a result, Romain Grosjean made a slight bit of contact with him, and Joseph Newgarden made a lot of contact with him. And here comes here comes Christian Lundgaard, 8 tenths behind Pato O'Ward. He's closing in on him, but he's not going to be close enough heading into turn 1 to make a move. It's looking very good in this race. And the good thing is, who's that talking? Is that Danny Suarez talking? I don't know who it is that's talking, but I really enjoyed his commentary when he heard it on F2 in 2017. Also, I'm a Ferrari fan, but just prefer Alex G. I heard it on F2 in 2017. See, you actually started watching F2 before I did, because I didn't watch it until 2019 properly. Every now and then I just watched it. I think that's Danny Suarez. I'm not sure who it is though. Yeah, it's Daniel Suarez that was talking there. He's a NASCAR driver from Mexico, so that's why I assume that, because Pato O'Ward's Mexican. Despite the fact that he's got an Irish name. So yeah, Dixon's still leading, but he will have to pit again, twice I think. So he's... Yeah, Dixon could still win the race, because what he could do is he could extend his stint so much that he ends up making one more pit stop and Rahal makes one more pit stop. So Rahal has to hunt him down here, but he's not going to be able to, because I think he's on the black tires. And yeah, I'm right. Rahal's on the black tires. On the last lap, he was only 3 tenths slower than Rahal, so he's not getting a lot of time on him, needless to say. And as you can see, Parnelli Jones is 90 today. Hang on. Rufus Parnelli Jones is 90 years old today. 90 years old. So you started commentating as well. I'll see if I can find your channel. I've typed your name up, but it's quite difficult. Can I visit your channel? Go to channel. There we go. There you go. I've subscribed to your channel. So, there you go. Oh, something happened? Yeah, what I was going to say was Parnelli Jones is the oldest living winner of the Indy 500 and the second oldest living veteran of the race. Was that Dixon or Lundgaard that was saying some poo came out there? Or no poo came out, sorry. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of drama going on in this race at the moment. Dixon leading by 6 seconds, but still got to make a pit stop. And yeah. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot of drama going on in this race at the moment. Dixon leading And if you can hear a noise in the background, just ignore it. So yeah, Rahal is now finally back in the race lead because Dixon has pitted. And hang on a second. How do I mute myself? Here we go. There we go. I don't know if my door's locked or not. Anyway, yeah, so Rahal is now in the race lead, 5 seconds ahead of Ward. And Dixon's coming out, and he is running in 13th place. Oh, here comes Dixon. He's trying to get past Linus Lundqvist, who's running very solidly. Oh, you do PSGL commentary. Oh, Grosjean hit Dixon, right. That's who Grosjean hit. Scott Dixon's never out of this. Scott Dixon's never out of the race. They're saying, you know, the drivers were probably thinking Dixon's out of this, but he's not. He's never out of this. Scott Dixon's never out of the race. 24 laps to go, and currently in the Gallagher Grand Prix of Indianapolis, it is Graham Rahal that's leading. Pato O'Ward closing up on him now, beginning to lower and lower that advantage. And into the pits comes Linus Lundqvist, and he was running 12th place before he pitted. He is one of the final ones, one of the first ones to make the final stop, and the rain is coming close, but I don't know if it will rain or not before the end of this race. It's coming closer. They've got the rain radar up, and the rain's not far away. It's close. It's not. I used to do commentary for fun most of this year. I've been able to join a team, so I do real life stuff professionally. Oh, that's really cool, mate. That's really cool. Is it like karting, or is it like local racing, or because that's pretty cool. I'd love to do that sort of stuff. Yeah. Hang on. Your ears get sore when you're using headsets for 2 to 3 hours. Because I was doing commentary before this, with my good friend Luke. So, Luke's the person who's at the very top of the chat, Mr. Star, and one of the moderators on this channel. Known him for 3 years, actually. So yeah, Grosjean currently running 15th. Now he's up to 13th because everyone's coming down pit road. Rossi, McLaughlin, Power, Rosenqvist, Ericsson. Everyone in the midfield is making their final stops of the race. And here we go. Is it going to be a good stop? It is a good stop by McLaughlin. Now, the current order: Rahal, O'Ward, Lundgaard, Palou, Kirkwood, VK, Dixon, Castroneves. Although, out of the runners, VK, Castroneves, Kirkwood, Palou, Lundgaard, O'Ward, and Rahal all still need to pit. That camera just died there. It's like YouTube watch alongs on real life sports, kind of like what you're doing right now. Ah, right. Okay, that sounds pretty cool, to be fair. Yeah, I've been watching F1 for about 10 years now, so and I started doing these watch alongs in 21, I think. Or 2020. I think it was 2020 I did them, because I did one on Instagram in 2020. So I started them unofficially in 2020, but I've properly started doing them now in 2022, 2021. I'm going to try and do every race that I can for the rest of the F1 season, every race I can for the rest of the IndyCar season. Only problem is for the IndyCar season is that it's late at night and my brother has to go to bed. And often they're on Sundays. So there goes Rossi. And out of the pits comes Lundgaard and O'Ward, and Rossi's right behind them. So we've got a three-way fight for second here. or for third. Depends entirely on how Rahal does here. So Rahal's coming in. Now, he's going to come out behind Dixon. He's got to push and catch him. So the order will be Dixon, Rahal. Yeah, so it'll be Dixon, Rahal, and then potentially Palou. Maybe I think it'll be a Ward, and then there's Dixon going by. Dixon takes the lead. No one saw Dixon taking the lead after the first lap incidents. Rahal's got to hunt him down now. So now the order is Dixon, Rahal, Ward, Lundgaard, Rossi, Palou, and then McLaughlin. So this is when it's going to get interesting, because this is what the finalised order will be for the rest of the race. Grosjean, Di Francesco, and Castro Neves also in the pits as well. What's your Twitter? Because I don't know if I follow you or not. But yeah, I'm surprised you saw it, because usually when someone ats, then when you at someone at the start of the tweet, then it never really happens. But yeah. Oh my days, Harry Kane is cursed. RB Leipzig are 2-0 up against Bayern right now, and it's Harry Kane's first football game for that's not for Spurs since 2013, I think. But yeah, Dixon has done a mad one here. Incredible fuel saving from him to get himself into contention for this race win. Now, can he do it, or will Rahal be able to catch him up? Because he's got slightly older tires, and also he's probably got slightly less. He's got slightly less fuel as well. Rahal's not got as much saving to do, so Rahal can go full aggression. Meanwhile, behind, Ward, Lundgaard, and Rossi are stuck behind a back marker. I think it's Armstrong that they're stuck behind, and yeah, it's not really going to plan at the moment for these three, because they were wanting to be in the race contention, and they've ended up way behind, especially Lundgaard. Lundgaard was in contention up until a bad pit stop made him lose out to Ward, and now he's 5 seconds back from his teammate, when earlier 4.8 seconds back from his teammate, when earlier he was only a second back from him. So he's pretty much not gained any time back since the pit stop that happened, which was not very good, needless to say. Ward unlapping himself. Not Ward unlapping himself. Ward lapping Armstrong now as well. So there goes Armstrong letting them through. And Ward running in third, Lundgaard running in fourth, and Rossi running in fifth at the moment. These guys are battling for the podium. Earlier, I thought they were battling for second, but now they're battling for third, because Graham Rahal is having to hunt down Scott Dixon. He's gained 7/10 on him in the last 3 laps. Now, based on that pace, he should be able to catch him. However, will it be enough? I'm currently in the pit lane on the watch along. Wait a minute, so where are you? Are you actually there? Or yeah, cause that's really interesting. Or are you watching it from like a pit lane perspective? But yeah, Di Francesco getting lapped after starting 5th on the grid is not ideal. That strategy has not paid off, needless to say. And there goes VK getting past Rosenqvist for 10th place. Now, I wonder, first of all, is the rain going to come? Second of all, will there be another caution? And third of all, if there is a caution, who is going to gain and lose from this? Oh, Rosenqvist has a problem. Rosenqvist and VK are both looking very strange here. VK has smoke coming out of his car. Ah, you're pit reporting. Okay. So yeah, VK, either his car was just bottoming out or he had smoke coming out of his car. Rosenqvist is going very slowly right now. He's got black tires on, which may be why he is going so slow. But yeah, he's really struggling right now. Ericsson got past him as well, so he's lost quite a fair bit of time. Yeah, Rahul's closing in half a second a lap pretty much on Dixon. Rahul's closing half a second a lap on Dixon, although he has been lapping. He did have to lap Canapino. That doesn't matter as much because, I mean, Rahul's 4.6 now behind. He is closing hand over fist on him. Rahul was like, bang on the table. What has happened here? I want to win my first race in 6 years, 2 months, and 8 days. I want this victory. That is what he is saying. And, yeah, you can see it happening clearly. My girlfriend's just messaged me. Her flight's been delayed until midnight. So by the time she arrives home, it'll be about 5 o'clock. Oh my, her flight's getting delayed to midnight. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm getting distracted and my girlfriend's sorry because she put up something saying that her flight's been delayed. So yeah. Anyway, back to the IndyCar. Dixon's winning, but he's losing so much time. He's 4 seconds behind him now. I better get the YouTube back up because that's where I'm able to watch live chart. Yeah, that's what it was looking like on the screen, Omi. That's what it was looking like on the screen. It was looking like it was going to stay away from the actual track itself, but it was going to be nearby in like local area. So yeah, Dixon's 4 seconds ahead, and he's having to lap a lot of cars. He's gonna have to lap a lot of cars soon because he's coming up to a big queue of them. There's 3 cars in front of him. There's Hunter Ray, and then there's also 2 other cars as well. So he's gonna have to lap a couple more cars. 4 seconds between Dixon and Rahal. The gap is coming down. Now, will Rahal run out of steam? Or is Dixon going to lose a lot of time? That's the number one question. Oh my days, Kane's curse is continuing. It's 2-0. Rosenqvist in for the final time. 15 laps to go as he comes across the line. Scott Dixon, 4 seconds still the gap. 15 laps for Award, not Award, Rahal and Award, and Lundgaard and Rossi to close up. Dixon won the won here in 2008. Won in 2008, and this is his most consecutive starts in IndyCar history. He's made the most consecutive starts in IndyCar history, 319. James Hinchcliffe, who is now retired, said this guy was one of my idols, and the guy's still racing. AJ Foyt's at the track as well. He's about 88. So you got Parnelli Jones and AJ Foyt both having something to celebrate today, I suppose, which is quite interesting. So yeah, we're heading on to the last 14 laps of the race, and Rahal closes up another half a second. He's gaining hand over fist. It is like Tom Gilmore said, the rabbit in the hare, because Dixon's tyres, his fuel, are nothing compared to Rahal's. He's hanging on for dear life. Ganassi's praying, wanting this win, because, you know, out of his four cars, they're running first, I should say, 6th, 11th, and 24th. 24th because Armstrong had his incident, and Ericsson's just not been in good form recently. Although I say that, he is closing up on VK and dueling with him for 10th place at the moment. 3.7 seconds now the gap between Dixon and Rahal, and Ward 9.3 seconds back from Dixon. Lundgaard 10.4, Rossi 11.4, and Palou 13.5. Here comes Rahal having to lap the Juncos Hollinger car of, I think that's is it Isla or Canapino? It's one of the two. Anyway, and then after lapping Canapino, he's gonna have to lap another car, which is Marcus Armstrong, and then he's gonna come after Dixon. Armstrong's not gonna go easy on him because that's his teammate. Rahal's engineers telling him to keep on going. So yeah, it's still quite dramatic right here. Also, lovely GT Omega chair. Oh, thank you. It's about 3 or 4 years old. It's got like loads of stains in it and stuff like that. Yeah, I've taken my meds, so I'm beginning to lose a little bit of concentration here, but that's what happens when you're watching IndyCar at 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, so Rahal 3.9 behind. He's still going to lap Armstrong, who is, like I said, Dixon's teammate, and that is not going to help him out at all. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Armstrong does let him through or if he fights him here, because that's the thing, unlike in Formula 1, they don't give out blue flags. And Rosenqvist is out of the race. It's a gearbox issue for Felix Rosenqvist, and he was running quite well, but that's his race done. 4 seconds is the gap again, so he's losing a bit of time behind Armstrong, and Armstrong's just let him go. That is very surprising. So 12 to go. 4.1 seconds, about 3.25 tenths a lap, and he should catch him. Just got to go bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit. Because if you don't go bit by bit, if you go full aggression on those tyres, they'll be dead by the end of the race. You've got to go bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, because then you'll still have some tyres left at the end to defend if Dixon does come back, or if even O'Ward catches up. O'Ward is probably pushing just as hard because he knows there's an opportunity for him as well. You know, Lundgaard, Rossi and O'Ward all see an opportunity here to get a podium potentially, because it's only like 2.2 seconds between O'Ward and Rossi. So yeah, by the way, after this stream I might actually do I've got something to do very quickly with you guys, so I'm gonna do that on the stream. So yeah, Dixon 3.5 seconds ahead. 3.3 now as it updates. 3.4, it's fluctuating. And yeah, this is not looking good for Scott Dixon. He's losing a lot of time. He's lost nearly a second on this lap to Graham Rahal. And based on that, he's going to get swallowed up by Rahal, O'Ward, Lundgaard and Rossi, although they all still need to lap. Canapino and Armstrong. So yeah. Six years, 2 months, and 8 days since Graham Rahal last won, and that losing streak could end today. Win 6 could become win number 7. A family that has been in IndyCar for generations, and it looks like this legacy could continue. But I'll go full Peter Drury mode a little bit later on if Rahal does end up winning in the end. 2.7 seconds now, the gap between Dixon and Rahal, and surely this is going to end with only one result, and that is Rahal winning this, because he's closed up another 5/10 on this lap thus far. Even though I really love this year through. Yeah, I like that as well. I really like the fact that they use that as well. I don't really watch the F1 race highlights, to be honest. Because I never missed a race. I haven't missed a race in 4 years almost. So, yeah. It's been a brilliant strategy from Ganassi, but Rahal, Letterman, and Lanigan have done a very good job of the setup this weekend, and Rahal is closing on him. 2.7 seconds, 2.6 seconds. As they cross the line, Dixon is 2.5 behind, and there goes Peterson letting through even more cars, and he's been lapped about 7 trillion times. 5 times he's been lapped, and that's going to become 6, because Dixon's going to have to lap him very soon as well, and most likely Rahal as well. Although Dixon's gained a little bit through that first sector, he is reeling him in, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, because Dixon's picked up the pace a little bit here. He's saved a little bit in reserve. This has been a scintillating race from start to finish. Rahal is gaining. Oh yeah, Dixon's got 23 seconds more push to pass. I never used to watch them, but now I watch them on repeat because of Alex Jakes. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough, because Alex Jakes is a brilliant commentator. Yeah, I wish I could be as good as Alex Jakes. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Rahal 18 seconds less than Dixon have pushed to pass. He's trying to lap Hunter Ray. He's coming up to even more traffic now. They've lapped Peterson, and now they're going to lap Hunter Ray and DiFrancesco. So Rahal's going to close right up here, because Dixon's losing a lot of time behind this traffic. Rahal's nearly got it down to under 2 seconds. He's got 8 laps to make this happen. 2.2 seconds now, and he's closing bit by bit, corner by corner, second by second, apex by apex. And this is going to be a finale that is destined to end in some sort of iconic moment for this incredible and historic motor course. 1.9 seconds now the gap between Scott Dixon and Graham Rahal, and this gap is coming down because Dixon is stuck in traffic. Ryan Hunter-Reay is holding up Dixon because, like I said, there's no blue flags. 1.7 is now the gap. Dixon crosses the line, Rahal crosses the line. It's 1.882 seconds, as you can see on the top right hand corner of your screen, and this is incredible. 7 to go, 11 seconds more push to pass for Scott Dixon. He needs to get past Hunter-Reay, otherwise Rahal is going to be behind him, like that meme of I think it's The Undertaker standing behind another wrestler. I don't remember exactly who it is, but here comes Dixon. He finally gets past Hunter-Reay. Now, can Rahal get past him quickly? Because if not, that could be his win out of the window as well. Because now he's going to get aero wash, and he's going to get stuck behind him. 1.6 seconds is now the gap. So he needs to gain roughly 2/10 a lap, or he loses half a second on one lap and gains 4/10 on the rest. And that could be what happens here, because he will lose time while being behind Hunter Ray. Then you've got DeFrancesco right in front of Dixon. So they've got to clear 2 guys. So even if Rahal loses time trying to get past Hunter Ray, Dixon's not in a better spot because he's behind DeFrancesco. 1.5 seconds is now the gap, and this is the closest it's been all race between these two for the battle for the race win. Will Dixon have enough in the tank to get it home, or will it get all dramatic? And now Rahal's going over the radio saying, "Get this guy out of the way. He is holding me up." 1.5 seconds the gap. And he's not more than a lap down. Hunter Ray's only a lap down to Dixon. He's not a lap down to Rahal. So he's got a right to fight for this. He's got the pace to keep up with him at the moment. You know, since lap 50, lap 60, Hunter Ray's barely lost any time to the leaders. The main reason he's lost time is because of traffic, or because of oh, look at that, he's raising his hand. He is absolutely livid. He's raising his hand at him. He's going, "Come on, dude, what the heck?" And now he's got to go full aggression. He's going to have tunnel vision here. Adrenaline's going to be flowing through his body. And this is going to be fascinating to watch. Will Dixon be able to catch up to DeFrancesco and pass him? Or will Rahal catch up to him and pass him before the end? Or will Dixon hang on to this and not lap DeFrancesco? Any of those scenarios could happen. Or they collide and Ward ends up winning. Who knows? Any of these scenarios could happen. This is going to be an interesting last couple of laps. 5 to go. Nearly 4 to go. 1.3 seconds. Now the gap. 4 laps left. And now it is, to quote my favourite football manager of all time, Sir Alex Ferguson, squeaky bum time. Meanwhile, Romain Grosjean passes Jack Harvey for 14th place. But anyway, 1.2 seconds the gap between Dixon and Rahal. He's got a few seconds extra of push to pass. And here comes Rahal and Dixon across the line. 1.2 seconds is the gap. It's a direct head-to-head here. No one to lap. No pit stops. Just pure racing. 1.1 seconds. He's almost within a second. Can Rahal get this win? His first in 6 years, 2 months and 8 days. 6-2-8. 6 years, 2 months and 8 days. Dixon is 1 second ahead. So Rahal's 8/10 behind him now. He could get him on this lap or the next lap. Anything could happen here. Will he wait until the last lap? Will he give it time, or will he go for it now and potentially risk losing even more time? Rahal braking so much later than Dixon. He gained about half a second in the braking zone alone. Rahal's gained so much time through there. And look at that, Dixon getting all taily, Rahal getting a little bit taily. But now they lap Devlin DeFrancesco. 3 laps to go in this race, and it could go any way. Could it be a Kiwi win? Could it be an American win? Could it be Chip Ganassi racing? Could it be Rahal Letterman Lanigan racing? Could it be Scott Dixon? Could it be Graham Rahal? 3 laps to go, half a second the gap, and they're heading in towards one of the favourite overtaking spots. They're heading through the chicane. Quick right left for the drivers. And this is going to get interesting. Whew. That'll be the highlight. Here he is right behind him. Just a couple of tenths. With just 2 laps to go pretty much. They're heading in through the final sector of the track now. They've got one more corner. If you disinclude the banking. And then you move onto the penultimate lap of the race. Half a second the gap. as they head onto the brakes, Rahaal's able to brake so much later than Dixon, and this is going to be the lap surely. 4.5 tenths as they exit the corner, 5 tenths. It's down to 4 tenths now. He's closing up. Graham Rahal is right behind him. He is using his push to pass. Is Scott Dixon. The red light is flashing. He's not gaining enough as they head into turn 1. It's going to have to be a dive bomb. Both have push to pass left. With 2 laps to go, he's going to have one more chance. And that is on the next lap. Dixon's looking for yet another win in his IndyCar career. Rahal is looking for his 7th. He's not won in 6 years, 2 months, 1 week and a day. And he's closing right up on him. He's so close you could put a plastic paper bag. A plastic bag over the two of them. A blanket over the two of them, as it were. They're that close together. Now the question is does Dixon have enough push to pass to hang on here? Or is Graham Rahal going to be able to win this race? Dixon's pulled away. Dixon's pulled away here. He's got 8 tenths out on Rahal. He might just have it. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go. And Rahal needs to push really, really hard here. Like a woman giving birth, he has to push really, really hard. It's the final push. And the baby comes out. But hopefully for Rahal, instead of it being a baby coming out, it will be a victory for him for the first time in 6 years. Dixon's going to be defending for his life here. As they head into the middle section of the track, Dixon's hanging on. He's 8 tenths ahead. Rahal's closing in, but it's not going to be enough. Dixon has it at the moment. And that's the last overtaking opportunity coming up now. Dixon's got this in the bag, surely. Rahal is so close to him. Once again, he's going to have to go for a dive bomb if he wants to take this win. He's just not close enough, and Dixon's going to hang on. It's going to be another win for the Kiwi in IndyCar. He's going to move second on the all-time list. And Graham Rahal, after such good racing from him, he's not going to win. It's going to be Scott Dixon with arguably the race of the season. Dixon wins by half a second, and that is drive of the season. He goes from dead last at the end of the first lap to win with barely any fuel. And that is absolutely incredible from Scott Dixon. Absolutely incredible fuel saving. And that is IndyCar at its very best. He's happy with the podium and he's happy for Scott Dixon, but he'll be furious with the likes of Ryan Hunter-Reay for holding him up. And what a race that was in IndyCar. Scott Dixon with another win. And that is absolutely incredible. What a result for Scott Dixon. And it's another win for him, like I said. Another win in the IndyCar series for him. I don't know how many, but it's certainly a lot for Scott Dixon. It's his 53rd win in IndyCar, his 55th win, his 54th win I should say overall, his first win since the Music City Grand Prix last year, and that was a year and 5 days ago since he last won. He's won 6 titles, 2003, 2008, 2013, 2015, 2018, and 2020. Dixon was the only driver to make the black, red, red, red strategy work. Grosjean's had a problem there. Yeah, he's classified as 18th. I don't know what's happened to Grosjean, but he's had an incident clearly right at the end of the race. And I, like Tom Gaymore says, I did not think he could make that work. That was incredible. I think Grosjean's had a mechanical issue there. car's dead, I think, is what he's saying. And his family, his daughters and his wife will be absolutely delighted with that performance. And that is racing at its finest. And Scott Dixon, first win of the season for him. He's been very consistent, and that moves him closer in the driver's standings to Alex Palou and to Joseph Newgarden. And I'm going to tweet something right now. And there you go. What a race. I am absolutely shattered. And he won by less than half a second. I've got the race classification here. So Scott Dixon wins the 2023 Gallagher Grand Prix at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Second place, just just over 4.5 tenths behind, is Graham Rahal. And then following that, Pato O'Ward with another podium this season. Christian Lundgaard with another 4th place. And then following that, Alexander Rossi, Will Power, Championship leader Alex Palou, and then Scott McLaughlin, Kyle Kirkwood, Marcus Ericsson, Rinus VK, Linus Lundqvist with a fantastic 12th place finish in his first IndyCar finish. Then Colton Herta 13th, Jack Harvey in 14th, which is not good compared to his teammates who finished 2nd and 4th. Elio Castroneves with one of his best drives this season in 15th. David Malukas 16th, Callum Ilott 17th, Roman Grosjean, the last card to not be lapped, in 18th, and then Devlin DiFrancesco, who started 5th on the grid, and Grosjean started 6th in 19th. Then Ryan Hunter-Reay, Agustin Canapino, and then Stingray Robb, Santino Ferrucci, Marcus Armstrong, Joseph Newgarden, Benjamin Peterson, and then the only driver not to finish the race, Felix Rosenqvist. And his tyres look absolutely dead. But anyway, that's enough for me for tonight. 2 hours and 7 minutes. And oh my days, look at my tan. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a fantastic stream. I've really enjoyed it. And my first stream back